What if the most powerful medicine for your heart didn't come from a prescription pad? What if it came in a spoon, not a pill, not a machine, just something golden and smooth pressed from trees older than cities? You might have walked past it in your kitchen cabinet or used it just to fry an egg, but today we're going to look deeper into the healing power of olive oil and why modern science is finally catching up with what ancient cultures knew all along. Let me tell you a story. A friend of mine, 52 years old, recently had a heart scare, chest pain, high blood pressure, and that creeping anxiety that his heart was getting weaker. Doctors gave him statins, beta blockers, diet sheets. But you know what changed him most? A conversation with his grandmother in Greece who, at 89, walks daily, cooks every meal, and uses two things religiously: fresh herbs and extra virgin olive oil. That's when I started digging into the science. And what I found, it surprised even me. Why heart disease is still our #1 killer? Every 33 seconds, someone in the world dies from cardiovascular disease. It's not just genetics. It's not just age. It's inflammation. It's oxidation. It's the slow damage to the delicate lining of our arteries, damage that begins years before symptoms ever appear. Most cooking oils, today canola, soybean, corn are stripped of natural compounds and rich in unstable fats that oxidize under heat, like cold-pressed olive oil loaded with polyphenols and healing fats. And a lot of it starts with what's on our plate. Modern diets are drowning in refined seed oils, sugar, and stress. Meanwhile, we've moved away from traditional fats, the ones our ancestors used for centuries. So the question becomes, this is the least processed form, extracted without heat or chemicals, and it's rich in natural medicine. Can olive oil actually reverse some of this damage? Let's find out what makes olive oil so special. Not all oils are created equal, and not all olive oils are either. The star of today's story is extra virgin olive oil, or EVOO. Let's break it down. It's a functional food, something that nourishes while it heals. EVOO contains monounsaturated fats, mainly oleic acid, known to lower bad cholesterol. Polyphenols like oleuropein and hydroxytyrosol, powerful antioxidants. Over time, it damages the endothelium, the thin layer that keeps blood flowing smoothly. Oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory compound that acts similarly to ibuprofen. But what does this mean in real life? It means olive oil isn't just better than butter. But the real danger is oxidized LDL, when cholesterol gets damaged by free radicals and sticks to artery walls. It's actively protecting your blood vessels, calming inflammation, and helping the heart stay flexible and resilient. It's not just a fat. 3 ways olive oil supports the heart without pills. Let's go deeper. 1. Reduces arterial inflammation. Inflammation inside your arteries is like a slow, silent fire. Olive oil's polyphenols extinguish that fire. In one study published in the journal Atherosclerosis, daily intake of EVOO reduced markers of inflammation like CRP and IL-6 within just weeks. 2. Improves cholesterol balance. We hear a lot about LDL, the bad cholesterol. Oleic acid and hydroxytyrosol in olive oil protect LDL from oxidizing. At the same time, olive oil helps raise HDL, the good cholesterol that helps clear plaque. 3. Supports healthy blood pressure. Still tends her garden. Her hands are weathered but strong. Her secret: olive oil every day. Few heart attacks, lots of laughter, community, and daily olive oil. In food, on skin, in the soul, she says. In a clinical study published in Hypertension, people who consumed olive oil daily saw reductions in systolic blood pressure without medication. Why? Because olive oil relaxes the arteries, improves nitric oxide production, and reduces the need for the heart to pump harder. A real-world example: the Blue Zones. Let me take you to a place called Crete, Greek island, known as part of the Blue Zones, where people live remarkably long, healthy lives. Here, olive oil isn't a garnish. It's a ritual, used in every meal, shared across generations. I once read about an old woman in Crete, Maria, 98 years old. She still cooks for her grandchildren. And here's the thing, she's not an anomaly. In Sardinia, Icaria, and parts of coastal Italy, the same patterns repeat. Long life. It makes you wonder, maybe it's not just what they eat. Maybe it's how they eat it, and why. How to use olive oil for maximum heart benefit. So what? The best way to actually use olive oil if you want to support your heart? Here's the good news. It's simple. You don't need to count grams, track macros, or buy expensive blends. You just need to be consistent, intentional, and a little bit mindful of quality. Let's break it down. Recommended amount. Studies show benefits at just 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. That's enough to reduce inflammatory markers, improve cholesterol, and support blood pressure. You can take a teaspoon on an empty stomach in the morning. Yes, like a tonic, drizzle it over warm vegetables, soups, or fresh salads. Use it in dips like hummus or pesto. Add 2 cooked rice, quinoa, or lentils for a rich finish. It's not just about adding fat. It's about adding healing compounds to what you already eat. Think of olive oil as the final touch of life, like a daily ritual that turns food into medicine. What not to do with olive oil? Now, let's talk about the mistakes, some of which quietly rob olive oil of its healing power. 1. Using the wrong type. Light olive oil or refined olive oil is stripped of its polyphenols. Only extra virgin olive oil, EVOO, contains the antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that support heart health. Look for cold pressed, unfiltered, and preferably in a dark glass bottle. 2. Cooking it at high heat. While olive oil has a moderate smoke point around 190 - 210 degrees Celsius, many of its polyphenols are heat sensitive. You can or gently cook, but avoid deep frying. Best use drizzle raw or finish dishes with it after cooking. 3. Storing it wrong. Light, heat, and oxygen degrade olive oil fast. Don't store near the stove or in a clear bottle. Keep it in a cool, dark place, tightly closed, and use within 3 to 6 months of opening. Every time we preserve its purity, we preserve its power to heal. Olive oil as a daily ritual, not just an ingredient. Here's where we shift from physical to emotional healing. In the Mediterranean, olive oil isn't just a condiment, but as a gesture. It's a symbol of longevity, of family, of peace. The olive branch is literally a global icon of harmony. So what happens when we begin to see olive oil not just as a fat, a gesture of slowing down, of preparing food with intention, of caring for your own heart, not just biologically, but spiritually? Each spoonful becomes a small promise. I choose to love myself enough to protect this heart. Even the act of drizzling oil over your meal can be meditative. Here's a gentle plan to try for 1 week. A moment of softness in a rushed world. A 7-day olive oil ritual to begin with. If you're wondering, how do I actually start? Morning daily. 1 TSP EVOO plus juice from half a lemon plus warm water. Drink slowly before breakfast. Optional. Follow with a short walk or sunlight. Lunch. Add 1 TBSP olive oil to your plate. On warm veggies, salad, or whole grains, eat mindfully, chew slower than usual, and breathe deeply. Evening optional. 1 TSP olive oil 30 minutes before bed. Combine with herbal tea or a moment of stillness. Keep lights low to encourage melatonin release. After 7 days, write down how you feel. Is your digestion calmer? You're taking in rhythm, ritual, and respect for your body's timing. Are you sleeping better? Do your meals feel more grounded? You're not just taking in nutrients. The heart-mind connection. Did you know that the heart has its own nervous system? It communicates with the brain through electrical signals, sending more messages up than it receives. This means how we treat the heart affects how we think, feel, and remember. When we reduce inflammation in the cardiovascular system, we're not just preventing a heart attack. We're giving our brain better blood flow. We're giving our emotions more balance. We're giving our future a better shot. And sometimes it starts with just one habit, quietly added into our day. Olive oil and brain health. What does science say? What's good for the heart is almost always good for the brain, and olive oil is no exception. A groundbreaking study published in JAMA followed over 92,000 participants. Those who consumed just over half a tablespoon of olive oil daily had a 28% lower risk of dying from dementia, even when other dietary habits were less than perfect. But how? It turns out that olive oil's same anti-inflammatory polyphenols that protect arteries also support the brain's detox system, known as the glymphatic system. This system activates during deep sleep to clear out beta-amyloid plaques, toxins, inflammatory debris linked to cognitive decline. And when olive oil reduces oxidative stress and improves sleep quality, it enhances the brain's natural cleanup crew. Think of it as oiling the gears of memory itself. The gut-brain-heart triangle. We often think of these organs separately, but science tells us they're deeply connected. The gut influences emotion through the microbiome and serotonin. The heart regulates mood via blood flow and stress hormones. The brain processes it all and sends signals back down. And olive oil happens to nourish all three. It feeds beneficial gut bacteria. It reduces arterial inflammation. It enhances brain resilience. In one clinical trial, people who followed a Mediterranean-style diet rich in EVOO showed better memory, focus, and emotional balance. Within just 6 months without medication, they didn't just feel better. Their MRI scans actually showed improved brain structure. Let that sink in. You are not just what you eat. You are what you absorb, what you feel, and what you nourish consistently. The deeper gift, food as devotion. Olive oil is not a trend. It's not a botto hack. It's a reminder that healing doesn't have to be loud, that what's ancient still works, that food can carry memory, comfort, and peace when we let it. In many cultures, olive oil was not just eaten, it was anointed, prayed over, used to heal wounds, calm babies, and prepare the dead. This was oil that carried sacred meaning. What if we returned to that mindset? What if your kitchen became a place of healing, not guilt? And what if taking care of your heart was not punishment, but a quiet daily act of love, a final reflection? Your heart beats 100,000 times a day, without asking, without stopping, without needing applause. All it asks in return is that you listen. Maybe a spoon of olive oil isn't the whole answer, but maybe it's a beginning. A soft golden thread between the past and the future, between science and soul, between food and care. Try it, not because it's trendy, not because it's magic, but because your body is worthy of gentleness and your future deserves protection. This video was created with a blend of human storytelling, clinical research, and AI-assisted drafting. All opinions reflect lived insights and scientific evidence. Please consult a healthcare provider before making any changes to your routine. If this video helped you, I'd love to know. How do you use olive oil in your daily life? Or is today the first time you're considering it as medicine? Leave a comment below. I'm starting my olive oil ritual today. If you're new here, consider subscribing. This channel is about food, healing, and the quiet rituals that keep us well. One breath, one spoon, one moment at a time.